Let's talk about SDGs. Technical support, please. Can I get a video about it? Thank you.
What is education? Books? Classes? Teachers? Schools? No. Education is not that. It's beyond this. Education is a term that we have grown up listening to since we were kids. Right from the beginning of childhood till this very moment, we have been surrounded by education and its need and importance. A luxury for the rich. A necessity for the bread earner. A dream for the underprivileged. An aspiration for the suppressed. A distant reality for the inaccessible. The primary objective of education is to impart knowledge. Education also has its fair share in building the thinking capacity of people's minds. Hence, education supplies people with knowledge and facts and also encourages them to integrate that acquired knowledge into practical and professional lives via necessary training. Education thus also plays a primary role in supporting the economic, social and cultural sector of a country. It's a way to change the future today. The current education system can make people easy to lead, but difficult to drive, is either all academic, all physical, all virtual, or all costly. Also, it makes easy to govern, but impossible to enslave. We cannot win over the future by sabotaging our present with extreme disparity. Iiu takes great pride in saying that we're bridging the gaps in education system. We're not just academicians, but also practically oriented. We're not just limited to virtual classes, but also physical exposure. We do not dig a hole in the pockets of the students and their families. We're everything that traditional education hasn't been. Iiu has already implemented and promoting the MOOCs technology. When we talk about MOOCs technology, it stands for Massive, Open, Online Courses. The word massive is to be understood in the sense that 100,000 learners or more at the same time have open and equal opportunities to attend these courses. MOOCs are truly a tremendous technological leap, and what makes them so attractive is that they don't imply any cost to learners. Iiu has tied up with more than 100 universities to provide more than 10,000 courses to the students, free of cost, with the help of MOOCs technology. We're a revolution in the making, a wind of change. Education is much more charming and intriguing than the temptations of distractions unnecessary. Our education policymakers must look into the problem to make a better system, which is more practical, and provides hands-on learning to the students. Who are we? The International Internship University is a virtual university with state-of-the-art curriculum, real-life industry exposure, amazing student attention, learning-oriented resources, and most of all, a commitment to make the world a better place. Why do we exist? We exist to fulfill the necessity of the bread earner. We exist to help underprivileged achieve their dreams. We exist to fuel aspirations and accessibility. We exist to provide everyone the luxury of being capable of changing the world. We really do exist to ignite young minds and make them the torchbearers of tomorrow. For a better future. For the legacy of everyone who's left us. For the hope of everyone who's yet to come, and for the growth of everyone who walks this beautiful planet. We invite you to join our world-class educational team and platform with an altruistic dedication to creating the future. The change is so big that it would potentially impact millions across the world. Millions of children and youth around the world cannot wait any longer. Please join us in our effort to create the virtual learning generation of Iiu. We're Iiu, we're change. Welcome to our world, a new tomorrow.
So yes, as we see and we heard, welcome to Iiu. The only one is Iiu. Iiu is providing certificates, diploma, graduation, post-graduation diploma, courses, and honorary doctorates. And we will see that little later. Now, I want to talk a little about the SDGs. I want to know some light on them. Sustainable development is development that meet the needs at the present. And what means SDG? I will say sustainable development goals and development that meets to meet at the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Yes, we are all here for our future generations. Iiu invited all the interested stakeholders, innovative SDG leaders. We are all here, innovative SDG leaders, schools, colleges, universities, and organizations, government, non-government organizations for goal-wise deliverables. Today, we will be witnessing the plethora of ideas and knowledge delivered in 5 languages with many speakers who are here waiting. And who provide that? One such conference, and it did a boon to our society, is given by collaborative efforts of the co-founders of Iiu and Mr. Piyush Pandit. Now the motive. We all are here today, gathered are our keynote speakers who will be sharing their ideas, views, techniques, ventures, and much more. I would like to give introductions of our highly experienced speakers. Now, please enlighten us with your inspiring words. So, first, our speaker today is Khushbu Kumari from India. Khushbu Kumari from India is a psychology honors student and student preparing for civil services and have done many courses. Is Khushbu Kumari India here with us?
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
This is Khushbu Kumari and I am a city dweller. It is said that 1 in 8 people live in different megacities worldwide. Well, I'm not a part of any of them, but I'm not depressed or unhappy because of that. And I don't think one should feel the same for the same. So why I'm here? Actually, I am here to discuss about the major concern that I have. Today, urbanization is advancing rapidly, resulting in establishment of cities less than 1 million inhabitants, in which utmost importance is given to those who are well educated and qualified for their respective jobs, and this is called upper section of society is responsible for more than 75% of power emission, along with 60% to 80% energy consumption, by occupying just 3% of total land on this planet. If everyone is equal, then it's our duty to help them to get a chance to change their living standards, because more than 30% of the world's urban population lives in slums. Locomotives are incomplete without an engine. Similarly, cities are the engines for sustainable development. The way we are using control panel on our devices for managing the system. In the same way, cities are the physical ground where idea, commerce, culture, science, and productivity thrives. Cities are not only the place from where greenhouse gases are contributing their adverse effect for change of climate. Actually, the main features of city is to provide us an for opportunity for making the human settlements more comfortable, sustainable, and safer than ever. Everyone is equal, including migrants too, as they got attracted towards a particular city in other countries for achieving their goals. A city gives chance to everyone who works hard and abides by the law of their respective countries. It was a wonderful experience for me to have you guys as an audience of mine. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Kulishkuma. Thank you for sharing with us your insights and views. Like a psychology, we understand that what you want to say to us. Now, I want to call the second speaker, Dr. Manoj Sehgal from India, a mentor from Sanjeevani World School, mechanical gold medalist, MBA at finance. Dr. Manoj is a multidisciplinary person. He has a PhD education and currently 25 years of teaching, training more than 1 lakh students in various exams of India and studying abroad. He has CIT, GRE, GMAT, MBI, CET. He's a TED speaker. He get many achievements and awards. Dr. Manoj, I will don't read this till tomorrow, but I must read some. TED speaker, Deputy Director, Vocational Excellence Award 2020, Jagat Guru 2020, Best Mathematics Mentor 2020. Dr. Manoj, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Nada. It's lovely always interacting with you, and thank you for
I
inviting.
really enjoy you.
Thank you so much, and the pleasure is all mine. Let me first talk about the topic of the day, and we're talking about the fact that you're looking at SDG goal number 11, and it is all aligned. All the goals are aligned to one another, and my goal is basically to make city inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. Now let's look at the statistics what we are looking into right now. Approximately 28 mega cities are there, which is hosting around 453 million people. Now this cannot happen. What does happen is because of the urbanization, there is a too much pressure on the city to sustain. So you're seeing extreme poverty going on. You're seeing the governments not able to sustain themselves. You cannot have affordable housing. The slums are rising. There's hardly any green space left in the entire city, and the urban planning and management has gone for the toss. I stay in one of the biggest city in the country, which is Mumbai, India, and I can tell you better that the 70% of the city stays in slums, and the infrastructure is what we're talking about is still in the talks only. We're talking about the fact it will be made sustainable by 2030, but I don't see it happening. And the major reason is because Mumbai is such a mega city, you attract people throughout the country to get jobs here. So that is also one problem with the urban city. Till the time each city doesn't become resilient or each city doesn't become sustainable, it is not possible that this will happen. There's too much urbanization happen in the major cities, and this is where the fallout comes in. Another stats which is very scary is that by 2030, 5 billion people will be actually staying in such cities. So it is very difficult. The worst part, which I'm looking at it, that the world cities will occupy 3% of the land of Earth, 3% only. But 60 to 80% of energy consumption are gonna come from here. So as a mechanical engineer, this is not something which is very happy scenario. 75% of carbon emissions will happen from such cities and only 3% of land occupation, and see the major problem coming in. So there's a huge pressure on water supplies, sewage, living environment, and public health. Till the time each of us, including the government, including each every person, doesn't take the onus, and the city doesn't become sustainable, the smaller cities, this will happen, and I do not see much changes coming in. My biggest fear is it will be so much exodus of population in the mega cities that the minor cities will suffer, because everything is concentrated in the mega cities. You're talking of urbanization, you're talking about exploitation, you're talking of each and everything possible, and the cities are not safe. However, the only good point is there are carbon
I think that our Dr. Manoy
states
has a
in
problem.
India which have taken the owners, and the biggest one is Odisha. It's a prime example where our chief minister, you'll be very glad to know that approximately 90% of the rebuild has been actually done in Odisha. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Manoy. Thank you for your bright insights and views. Like a mechanical engineer, it is uh, a very bright point, and I hope that in our cities and communities will be improved. So I'm sure that you will work on that. Now, after our big Dr. Manoy Sagali is coming, a next speaker, also a famous Dr. Pradeep Deshmukh from India. MSc, PhD, Director, Pacific Toxicology Consulting. Dr. Pradeep is a big scientist. He's working he has 40 years of experience. He has written many books, published more than 50 articles in national and international journals. I know that Dr. Pradip is making a research and article for our journal. Dr. Pradip, am I all right?
Thank you very much, Nada. It is wonderful to
Yes,
have
yes.
you with you, and I will see what best I can do for you here. So, but I need to have share.
Yes, yes, you can share your presentation.
Okay,
I
okay,
give you
okay.
opportunity. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Uh, Today's, catch line is sustainable development goal number 11, in that sustainable cities and communities over there. So I will be talking about importance of training. Education we talked about, we have seen the international internship university film also right now, and it says that education is beyond only books and all that. But most importantly, training is very, very important. As far as I know, as I'm working with various pharmaceutical companies and various scientists over there, and training is very, very important, and it plays a greater role to make a competent scientist for that matter. So what is the purpose of this training and development? It is important that we understand difference between training and learning. Education is learning. Training is something different beyond the education, what as shown in your film. Training seeks to impart a set of skills with specific outcome to perform specific activity in a specific way. Supposing you are doing some activity, you should be competent to perform that activity over there. So this is what is, you adopt that skill and you become competent over there. This is very, very important as far as training is concerned. Learning is the acquisition and knowledge through training and education and experience over there. So training and development are organizational needs as per the regulations over there. So this is also very, very important to understand. These are training is very important as far as if at all you are working in any organization. Best practice of training place responsibility on individual, their development to become high performing individual. This is what we are lacking in India. Basically, people, they get education. I have seen many doctors, they come to us, many PhDs, they come to us, but to work in a environment where you want to have a better science, obviously they are not competent over there. So we need to give them more training over there so that their competence level will increase over there. Establishing robust competency and training, there are no regulatory guidelines. However, organizations should focus on that. There are no guidelines available as such. So you need to have your own systems in place as far as training is concerned over there. So what organization they need as far as training is concerned? What are we training staff for? What are we training for? What is organizational need or skills required? What is the risk of not conducting any training? This is what we need to answer yourself, and then see to that you organize the training based on the answers you get from these questions over there. And what are the personal needs? You need to assess personal needs of individuals over there who will receive training and what is their level of knowledge. You need to understand that. I was, is it okay now? Hello?
Somebody, Dr. Pradip, you can continue, please.
Okay,
Please, everybody, mute yourself.
Yeah, that's what. Okay. The task over there, whatever task you are performing in any organization, you need to see that you perform that task very competently over there. How do you ensure that staff work as an acceptable standard? What are the standards for that matter? So you need to see to that you adopt the competency in individual so that you get acceptable standards over there. You need to have your standard operating procedure for that matter. So learning is about creating a change. That is what is there, and improving the current level of skills, knowledge, attitude, and behavior. And training is a personal learning experience, putting the needs of individual development goals and with organizational objectives. Whatever organizational objectives are there, based on this, you need to give training over there. So whatever education you may be having, so basically that education is for developing your understanding for training over there. So that will help you in getting your training and improving your competency over there. Individuals should be active in their training and development over there. Measure their effectiveness for the task, and they are going to perform over there. I will just run through because time is very limited over there. Objectives of the training organization that invest workforce training tend to have high productivity. This is what is there. If at all you provide training, definitely your productivity will increase over there. Most organizations understand that their staff are more valuable resource for that matter, so that they invest more on training and development of the people over there. Acquire knowledge and skill, enable them to perform effectively in their jobs and roles over there. Enhance their performance, respond effectively, task assigned, develop the career effectively within the organization. And training should be smart. We have talked about this. I need not have to explain because this will take more time over there. Smart training over there. Helping individual to identify appropriate opportunities for training and development. We need to identify individual and talk to them, find out what are their needs or her needs, or then based on this, you need to organize training for that particular individual. Appropriate provision to allow staff from their duty to understand. If at all the staff is undergoing the training, you must allow them to do that. Ensure equal opportunities for access to training and development over there. So training will help to improve the competency. That's what I told you, that concept competency management has to be adopted over there. There is no agreed definition for competency. You need to define the competency in your organization over there. Competency is needed for overall strategy of the organization. Specific tasks carried out by individual staff member. Competency is required to carry out those tasks effectively. This is set the criteria for measuring the competency over there. You need to have how to measure competency is again a big challenge. You need to decide what competency level you want to have in the people. Based on this, you need to have some strategy to measure the competency in your organization. Training and competency, I just wanted to give you some brief over there. Competency level, if at all you want to discuss over here. Supervise, that means the person who is performing, he needs supervising for that matter. And the person who is doing the job unsupervised, that is what is their competency level is increased over there. And the person who is unsupervised, if at all he can give training to other people, this is very, very advantageous for the organization over there. And that's his ability to impart training, and he can also give training to others over there. This is very, very important as far as we are concerned over there. Let me run through some of the things which are. Yes, you can have competency assessment during recruitment over there. And first of all, when you induct any person in your organization, you must organize the induction training for them over there. Induction training is very, very important as far as the person who is joining your organization over there. Induction program for new employees has to be given over there. So induction training is generally given to new employees. That's what I told you about this. Purpose of induction training: integrates employee in and across the organization. So he fits into the organizational culture. Every organization has its own culture, and he should be fitting into your culture over there. Helps new employees to settle down quickly. This is what is their very, very important aspect of the person who is joining your organization. He should settle down in your organization very quickly. Provide benefits to both the organization as well as the employee over there. So who needs an induction program? New employees, I told you about this. Customized to suit employees at different levels, because people are not joining your organization at same level, maybe different level. Based on this, you need to organize a different level induction program for them. What questions do new employees typically ask for that? New employees are eager to know who will be my boss and with whom I will work with. All these questions should be answered to him. What is the culture like at my workplace? What is the culture over there? What are the rules and regulations over there? Benefits of induction training: reduces time spent on startup and cost and saves time over there. Reduces employee turnover. This is what, because attrition rate in small organization is on very, very higher side. So obviously, if at all you provide training and they enjoy working with your organization, definitely your turnover will be very, very minimum over there. And reduces anxiety over there, and well-defined information you are providing to the employee, so they love the job to work with over there. Who delivers the induction program? Maybe HR manager, maybe quality assurance unit, maybe safety officer, or immediate supervisor. You must have a mentor system wherein your immediate supervisor work as your mentor over there, so that he takes care of you in the organization over there. Get a chance to learn, so that he learns a lot while working with immediate boss with over there. Less number of human errors, because we need to avoid human errors, and that's the reason we need to provide the training to the staff over there. Less stress while working over there. And disadvantage of training: leaves more room for making errors. If at all you don't provide training, obviously errors will happen at rampant places over there. Stressful for new employees over there. So obviously this is very, very important for all of us to understand the importance of training in the organization over there. Thank you all. Thanks a lot for that matter.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Pradip. I know that you We'll talk till tomorrow. Let's make, thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. I will make a little conclusion on your speech. I like this training outcomes you mentioned. Learning, training, and what individuals should do. If we talk about learning, you said we are creating a change. Yes, we all here are to make changes. How can we do it? You said to improve the current level of skills, knowledge, attitude, behavior. That's full correct. Then, what is training? A personal learning experience putting the needs of every individual and every developed SDG goals. Yes, we are talking today about the 11 SDG, but here we have all others correlated, and our individuals should be very active in training and development on all these SDGs. Thank you very much, Dr. Pradip, on your bright insights.
Thanks a lot,
Uh,
Nada. Thanks a lot. It's my pleasure.
my,
Thanks.
it's my pleasure also, and I'm
I'm
very
here
glad.
again only because of you. Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Thank you. Now we are going to the next speaker. Unfortunately, our next speaker sent me a message before 10 minutes. It's a word about Dr. Yayashi Kandabi from India. Very sorry that our doctor will not be with us. He's an MS in special education and work in the open school. He has an emergency and he will not be, but we will have another chance to listen this great doctor. Because he is not here, I will want to introduce our next speaker. Our next speaker is coming from my country. Professor Davorka Demo. Professor Davorka Demo is a vet professor. She is an advisor. She has more than 30 years experience in education. She is she's doing many projects, European projects, global projects. She is writing books. I have a pleasure to introduce to you my colleague that we make together our books from business statistics. We write together business statistics, handbooks, books, and many of that. I can also talk about my colleague Davorka Demo whole day, but Davorka Demo, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, my dear Nada, for your introducing. I am very pleased to be here. This is my second day, second goal, and I have presentation. Can I share it?
Yes, you can share it, Davorka.
Okay, thank you. Well, just a few words about this goal. Well, the world is becoming more and more urban. Since 2007, more than half of the world's population has lived in cities, and that share is projected to increase to 60% by 2030. Cities are metropolitan areas, are strong places of economic growth, contributing about 60% of world GDP. However, they also account for about 70% of global carbon emissions and over 60% of resource use. This goal is focused on the reconstruction of cities in a way that promotes community cohesion and professional security. Why? Because just in 2015, more than half of the world's population lives in cities. There is problems. Urbanization brought with it enormous challenges, inadequate housing, greater air pollution, and lack of access to basic services. The share of the urban population living in slums has decreased by 20% compared to 2000, but number of people living without adequate infrastructure and sanitation conditions has increased. In most cities around the world, polluted air is a major health hazard. Urban planning and sustainable management can solve this problem. Sustainable city has enough space, public transport, parks
Davorka,
that
please apologize. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. Davorka, I will mute all. here. Please mute yourself.
Can I go?
Yes,
No?
yes, Davorka, continue, please.
Well, a sustainable city has enough space, public transport, parks. They are well distributed between buildings and public institutions, cultural and social services. They are easily accessible. The city is resilient to climate change, and people of different professions work together for the betterment of the community. Smart cities create space for development of new technologies and sustainable economy, making our lives rise in quality. Well, now just a few examples. The Findhorn Eco Village in Scotland has been an experiment in sustainable development for 50 years. Various examples of sustainable construction can be found in it, such as the use of old material, like large wooden whiskey barrels, the use of mud and straw, etc. Most villages are not connected to the local electricity system, but are supplied with energy from their own wind farm, solar panels, and the use of bio-waste as fuel. Of course, something from Croatia. A good example of cooperation and exchange in the community is Biciklo Popravljaona, where you can come and repair your bike for free and get advice for safe riding. Then the group sharing is caring, where everything is exchanged from needle to cars, as well as Rijeka Riperaj, where with the help of craftsmen and available tools, household appliances, toys, and furniture are repaired, thus preventing the appliance from being thrown away before it's necessary. Example from Croatian school. The School of Graphic Design and Sustainable Construction in Split conducted an entire project with students on this topic. Students noticed the devastation of the city under the influence of tourism, traffic problems, the problems of waste and improper disposal, the destruction of cultural heritage by negligent construction, negligence of infrastructure, lack of space for children and youth. And final conclusion, the students presented everything they noticed in their city and concluded that a sustainable city can only be created by responsible citizens who must be educated and aware. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Davorka. Thank you for your insights, for your views, for your thoughts, for examples from Croatia. We are very honored and grateful to have you here on our stage, and welcome to this biggest platform, IIU. Now I would give the stage to my co-moderator. Please, Mrs. Raniana, the stage is yours. Please unmute yourself.
Hello everyone, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. So Nada already gave my lovely introduction. So without a further ado, I would like to call our next speaker, who is Miss Rima Ganesh from India, who is MSc BA, and she is a senior secondary coordinator in a school in India, Hosur Public School. So, Miss Rima Ganesh, the stage is all yours now.
Thank you, Ranjana. Thank you, Nala. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity, and a warm namaste to all from India. And I'm happy and platform on behalf of Hosur Public. Me, educator Rema, to share the screen.
Yes.
Educator Rema.
Yes, you can share it.
Half of humanity lives in cities today. Small acts, when multiplied by millions of people, can transform the world. What is a sustainable city? It is a city that is taking an intelligent, long-term collaborative approach of tackling economic, social, environmental changes that arise when more and more people come together in dense, stretching already scarce resource. What's the goal here? Make the city inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. Some cities may look developed, but inequality is a big concern. 6.5 crores of people live in slums. The levels of energy consumption and pollution are also problems. Cities occupy just 3% of the Earth's land, but has an account of 60 to 80% of energy consumption and 75% of carbon emission. Some of you may not have experienced these issues, but that doesn't mean it isn't happening. Take action, achieve the goal. But how? Develop a vision. Change is the law of universe. For the change to occur, we should change first. Come on, let's dodge the barriers. Our school is the first school in our city who had successfully crossed their first milestone of getting teachers and parents vaccinated. Second, sexual harassment have increased in this pandemic. Children are given awareness on human behavior by our team regularly. Nature has gifted us with everything. Let's follow a healthy lifestyle. We have taken steps to avoid artificial sugars. It's a white poison. It requires about 48 liters of water to prepare 1 kg of sugar. Then why to consume it? Our city, Hosur, is an industrial hub with large number of industries. Due to the increase in the number of industries, there is huge extent of air pollution. My students have planted surplus samplings to save our Mother Earth. Adding to it, we practice terrace gardening. It's a sustainable way of growing plants through reusable materials around us. All the flowers of all the tomorrows are in the seeds of today. In the blooming land of floriculture, training is given to the weaker sections to become self-dependent. We have arranged career guidance program and made them realize the demand of floriculture all over the world. Peer education, library for the public has been initiated by our school in our city to make the city 100% literate. Cleanliness and hygiene is taught to the people living in the slum. We have created a Facebook page for social welfare. Floating population can know and suggest the valuable changes towards the development of our city. Gradual acceleration of our development by nurturing nature is better than a rapid nullification of it. Be the change that you wish to see. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rema. It was really wonderful listening to you, and I really love the idea which you shared, the work done by your students, and the one first quote which you shared. When small acts, when multiplied by millions of people, can transform the world. It's really a wonderful thing. Like we really could in a lot from it. Thank you so much. So with this, I would like to invite our next guest, Mr. Mohammed Sani from Nigeria, who is BSc in Psychology and Policy and Advocacy Coordinator, Slum Developer International, Nigeria, Community Paralegal at Justice and Empowerment Initiative, JEI, Nigeria, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. So, Mr. Mohammed Sani, the stage is all yours, sir. Excuse me, Mr. Mohammed Sani.
Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Yeah. So it's my pleasure. I'm delighted to be appointed as keynote speaker. The specific target of SDG Goal 11, resilience and sustainability. Specifically on the topic of living sustainability. The underlying notion here is how we achieve the general target of development of our city and human settlement from now to 2030 and sustain of the topic living sustainability under the subheading 6. It has been projected by the United Nations that by 2050, over 70% of the world population, which is over 6 billion, will be living in urban centers. So this mandate that we must have a city, human settlement, where both plant and animal can reach their full potential of growth and development without destruction from man-made or natural disaster. Specific challenge of our time and era, it can be seen, one, climate change. This increased global temperature that has led to death of vegetation as food for man and animal. In Nigeria, sub-Saharan Africa, the livestock farming subsector of the agricultural sector of the economy is over 90% pastoral. That means not mechanized. People wander from one place to another. So the death of vegetation in northern Nigeria forced farmers to move animals down south, where they inadvertently stray into peasant farmers' farmland destruction. So the farmer and herders go into conflicts that involve intractable armed struggle that has led to loss of thousands of lives in Nigeria. So the melting of ice as a result of global warming caused flooding. So the human of the third world, most of their protein products are being sourced from nature. So this has made it to be threatened. So another area is a COVID-19 pandemic. We don't have enough system of strategy to respond to those measures. So what is needed is we need good social safety nets that are data driven. In Nigeria, provision of COVID-19 palliative delivered by central government will not be distributed effectively. While vulnerable households of slum and informal settlement were starving. So obviously, just like I said, lack of strategy and capacity that made different governments to be caught napping during the COVID-19 pandemic. And people, government over were feeding with cluelessness while citizens were starving. We are still talking on that thing. So there were massive palliative were discovered. So another topic here under this is crime and security. So they have been valued that sustain community peace and policing on the which is already on the global decline. This is because of insensitivity of the trends of policymakers that alienate provider of state security services, namely police, army, air force, customs, immigration, from the citizen they are meant to serve. So this disrupts, this brings disruption and the necessary information exchange is either lost or non-existent. So hence, to live sustainably, we have to deliver between citizens and security services. So a book entitled Police Corruption in Nigeria by one Mr. Alduka on safe, now done with safe. Now, under inclusive, so as planning must be participatory. Government should not just plan for people, it should embrace people at the conception of planning to execution. It is just like a transplant. Most policies are failed because when you compare it to a heart transplant, for the receiver. For instance, now in sub-Saharan Africa, rural people and Asia, so most people live in slums, and the government, if they must plan for them, they have to involve them in planning. So we now move to resilience. It's high time we build cities that have infrastructure that can withstand flooding and both man-made disaster and every other thing. So building a resilient city, we must have economy. How do we preserve informal economy? How do we maintain those infrastructure, those fundamentals that sustain our society? To carry everyone along by providing credits for city emerging economy. For instance, transportation, social housing, mortgage, so that there will not be uproar. Closer to 2030 AD, we must focus on achieving all the development of safe, inclusive, and resilient community, which have our convention. By doing so that the society will be able to participate itself without destroying the fundamental for growth and development. And by and large, others, while we must ensure that fossil fuel that emit carbon dioxide maintain greenhouse gas emission are phased out gradually for renewable energy like solar for power, LPG for cooking, electric car. We must pay social safety net for humanitarian emergency to give food, drug, lockdown, and human displacement during emergency like COVID-19 disaster pandemic. We must build capacity for rescue management operation as well as build massive emergency search and rescue with people, not plan for people. So every stakeholder, we see the plan, policy, law being made for them as their own. We must build infrastructure that can withstand the test of time, withstand flood, earthquake, human accident, negligent behavior, taking advantage of public-private partnership where necessary. Government must.
I think that we lost him now.
Create credit to support the micro and medium scale business. Government, we should pursue our development activity and make provision for generation yet unborn. For instance, vertical housing development like building skyscraper to be encouraged instead of horizontal development, which is crawling. Above all, the specific strategy for achieving SDG level is the new. This should be advocated, this should be pursued vigorously. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Sani Mohammed. Thank you for your speech. Maybe we don't understand everything, but that we heard, it was great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, we all have that one teacher in our life who feels that all will be feel whatever is said engraved for us and acknowledge that our teachers makes a difference in our life. IIU will soon be starting teacher accreditation courses, and you all can avail this opportunity to become a global recognized teacher. Thus, all the great teachers present here today can present their country on international level. Also, global teachers will get 1 year training from IIU. The global teacher recognition not only leads to personality development training of the teachers for international level skills development and sound knowledge of the technology used around the globe, but will also lead to visible earnings through all these developments. Please, could we see a IIU accreditation video?
Join us to make a difference in the orbits of education. We are the change. We are IIU. Are you a K-12 school offering a top quality education? Are your students getting global exposure? Is experiential learning and innovation a part of your curriculum? Are your teachers internationally certified educators? Are you able to identify your learners' potential and expose them to compete globally? If the above questions do not sound optimist, then the clock has struck to get accredited and affiliated by IIU. You think of strategies, training, competitions, we offer it. You want to interact with an expert team of educators, we possess it. You want to be exposed to learning at a global platform? If yes, you have embarked at the right destination. IIU's International School Accreditation Board. Let's put some light over accreditation, what it is. Why do we need it? Simply put, accreditation is value. In today's challenging world, it is extremely important that institutes or schools be accredited and approved with the institutes, meet certain standards. Accreditation assures employers that the graduates of an accredited institute are ready to face challenges and rigors of the modern world. The students who graduate from accredited institutes and schools have access to enhanced opportunities and employment and global mobility. IIU accreditation affiliation has no bars for any boards like state boards, CBSE, ICSE, IGCSE, IB. IIU accreditation affiliation has created an arena for learners across the various countries and continents throughout the globe. What are you waiting for? Apply now. IIU's International School Accreditation Board.
Yes, we see this about accreditation, but that is not only what IIU is offering. Many things we will hear a little later. Now we will continue with our speakers. Our next speaker is Hemlata Mishra from India, BBA founder, MEAD Next. Hemlata Mishra, the stage is yours. Hemlata Mishra. I don't see. So we will go to the next speaker. Maybe he will join or she us. Sarika Miglani from India. Sarika Miglani from India is a Master C Zoology, Science Biology from Juru Public School. Miss Sarika Miglani, the stage is yours. We don't see her. Maybe she will join us later. But I will call our next speaker. Our next speaker is coming from Croatia. She's Anita Grbić. She is a master degree economist. She's a professor, advisor, and she works in a school of economic and trade in Dubrovnik. When you came in Croatia, Dubrovnik is the town you must visit. Nobody don't come in Croatia and don't visit Dubrovnik. Dear Anita Grbić, dobrodošla. Welcome to IIU's stage, and the stage is yours.
Draga Nada, hvala. Thank you, my dear Nada. I will share my screen with you. Okay, I will start this meeting with one sentence of a famous American poet and philosopher, Thoreau. What is the use of a house if you don't have a decent planet to put it on? Why are we here today? We have to talk and to find a way to make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. Unsustainable cities and communities will eventually affect every citizen. Inequality can lead to unrest and insecurity. Pollution deteriorates everyone's health and affects workers' productivity, and therefore the economy and natural disasters have the potential to disrupt everyone's lives. Targets which everyone can help to make sure that we meet the global goals are by year 2030, ensure access for all to adequate, safe, and affordable housing and basic services and upgrade funds. By year 2030, we have to provide access to safe, affordable, accessible, and sustainable transport systems for all, improving road safety, notably by expanding public transport with special attention to the needs of those in vulnerable situations, women, children, persons with disabilities, and older persons. By year 2030, we have to enhance inclusive and sustainable urbanization and capacity.
Anita, please. Anita, noises. Please mute yourself.
Okay.
Keep Anita, please.
Okay, I will carry on. Integrated and sustainable human settlement planning and management in all countries. Sorry, my presentation is stuck. It has to travel so far in India. Sorry. By year 2030, we have significantly reduced the number of deaths and the number of people affected and substantially decreased the direct economic losses relative to global gross domestic product caused by disasters. We have to reduce the adverse per capita environmental impact of cities, including by paying special attention to air quality and municipal and other waste management. By year 2030, we have to provide universal access to safe, inclusive, and accessible green and public spaces, in particular for women and children, elder persons, and persons with disabilities. We have to support positive economic, social, and environmental links between urban, peri-urban, and rural areas. We have to substantially increase the number of cities and human settlements, adopting and implementing integrated policies and plans towards inclusion. We have to support least developed countries, including through financial and technical assistance in building sustainable and resilient buildings, utilizing local materials. As my colleague Daurka said, the main challenges is lack of affordable housing and living in slums, inequality and the levels of urban energy consumption and pollution. Cities occupy just 3% of the Earth's land, but account for 60 to 80% of energy consumption and 75% of carbon emissions. 4 billion people, over half of the global population in the world cities, face worsening air pollution, inadequate infrastructure and services, and unplanned urban sprawl. Over 90% of COVID-19 cases are occurring in urban areas, with the 1 billion residents of the world's density populated slums being hit the hardest. My hometown, Dubrovnik, in year 2017 faced not such great problem, but enough problem. Dubrovnik is among 150 heritage cultural sites on UNESCO list of cultural material heritage. In year 2007, headlines all world newspapers were Dubrovnik is third on the list of destinations to avoid in year 2018. Is it that of Dubrovnik? Crowds and cruise ships have ruined the city, calms local. Please help us protect the city. Major of Dubrovnik tells cruises lines to reaffirms drastic visit cap. In year 2017, as you can see on the pictures, in small medieval town with 42,000 citizens, 10 million and plus visitors in summer was hit within the walls. But our municipality started the project Respect the City. Why? Because tourism is monoculture. In infrastructure, we were forced with bottlenecks and traffic jams. Our visitors experienced degradation and heritage was threatened. Even UNESCO said that Dubrovnik will be removed with their list. And now, in January 2018, our government make a plan and action. They change problem to opportunity, and sustainable travel is an opportunity for all local people, local communities, and small businesses. Sustainability starts with people, involvement of media, designers, experienced sustainable development community experts, and activists, volunteering countries, and civil society. What can we do? We can find a Goal 11 charity we want to support. Any donation, big or small, can make a difference. We can support a project in slums for safe housing. We can volunteer in slums to help with building houses, fixing existing ones, setting up public or green spaces. We can shop, eat, and drink locally. We can take advantage of your right to elect the leaders in your local community. We can commute in a sustainable way, bike, walk, or take public transport. We can take care of public spaces, and we can stay informed. The world's population is constantly increasing. To accommodate everyone, we need to build modern, sustainable cities. For all of us to survive and prosper, we need new, intelligent urban planning that creates safe, affordable, and resilient cities with green and culturally inspiring living conditions. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Anita, for your wonderful speech, wonderful presentation, introducing to us Dubrovnik and your plan how to make from Dubrovnik a smart city or a community. If somebody asks me for that town, how to make it smart cities, we must take Dubrovnik in his origin way. I will never give anybody to touch the walls, the stone walls from that historic town. Thank you, Anita, very much. Now, before we move on, as I said before, we have many things to share that IIU offers. Now, calling and want to share about the Golden Book of Earth. Respected educators and friends, this is a fair that you must compromise, and you must make research or innovation experience story article by. That is a book that will be written about 101 great educators who here inspire the world. We can say free that it will be a Wikipedia of knowledge, and you can be one of that person who will inspire the world. In this time of pandemic, educators all over the globe are putting and provide to the best to every learning despite various hardness. In this first Golden Book on Earth will be describing the expressions of the educators which will make the history. Yes, they will make a history. Think about that. Be one of the persons in this big golden book, and it will be published by International PR Research Publishing House, IIU, United Kingdom. It is a great opportunity for each one in the sector of education, for educators, principals, teachers, edu leaders, SDG leaders to express yourself. So be the change that you wish to see in the world by sending your nomination. Grab this opportunity and be one of 101 great educators who have inspired the world. And remember, the last date of submission is 20 September 2021. But when we talk about all of these things at our beginning, I gave an introduction about all of our co-founders. This is a big collaborative work, and what this conference also must give to our society a collaborative efforts, and it is given to us, all of us SDG leaders here, SDG members, us here today, by our co-founders of IIU. Now, we want to introduce our co-founder, Mr. Iiu-Isdgc Pandit. So, if we will start to talk about Mr. Iiu-Isdgc Pandit, we will not finish for 10 days, Mondays, years. Every word about him is not good to describe him. So I call our technical support to play the video about Mr. Iiu-Isdgc Pandit, a big person, social humanist, a man. First, we can say a man who understands everybody, who wants to help everybody. So please, technical support of video.
Piyush Pandit was born on 27th July 1987 in Pratapgarh, Uttar Pradesh, in a middle-class family. Piyush Pandit is that name who's recognized by his multiple work genres: an international social activist, award-winning social worker, serial entrepreneur, and founder of SBP Global. He has determined his destiny by having trust in him and Almighty God. Piyush Pandit is a diligent and passionate social worker committed to serve the humanity. Piyush Pandit has played a crucial role in crafting a team of volunteers and achieved global recognition as head of Swarna Bharat Parivar Trust, which span across more than 50 countries. He granted several live interviews and press conferences on rural development, access to justice, and the right to equality. Piyush is youth leader with extensive social work experience, political activism, and stellar entrepreneurial achievements. When you think of social work and changing the world by improving human experiences, Piyush Pandit comes to mind. He is proactively mentoring other social activists to encourage social activism and entrepreneurship around the world. He is working fiercely towards achieving United Nations sustainable goals in India and over the globe. Under the flawless leadership of Piyush Pandit, Swarna Bharat Parivar Trust was established. The organization strives to place the humanity at forefront and bringing back the human warmth which has lost due to busy modern life. They are fighting to ensure ending poverty, unemployment, and making society better for all. Rural India has been a focal point of Piyush, which gave birth to Help India Help Foundation. The social work continues and the e-village was established in 2012 to reinforce India's roots in villages and villagers. At the crux of Piyush's work is the youth. He believes that youth empowerment is closely aligned with social service. Piyush is the CEO of Piyush Group. The organization covers several industries including renewable energy, logistics, real estate, and so on. Piyush Pandit has succeeded in scaling the growth of these organizations and his work has taken them to the multinational level. Piyush is able to form and sustain positive relationship with people. He has received a plethora of awards and recognitions in 2018 with India's Great Leader Award, India Star Book of Records in 2019, GTF World Summit Bangkok 2019, Volunteer Hero, Abad Samman Samaroh, Blood Donation Award, Environmental Sentinel Award, Yuva Gaurav Samman, and Literature Confluence Award. Piyush Pandit believes in the philosophy of growing together. His slogan is, "Let's grow together and create tomorrow's entrepreneur." He has the vision to create a society that is based on freedom, equality, solidarity, diversity, and fairness.
Yes, we see the video about our co-founder, Mr. Piyush, who is a hard worker, social, passionate, committed. And now today we are talking about smart cities and communities. Mr. Piyush Pandit will make a smart rural village, eco village, and many other things. My colleague, Taliani, the stage is yours now to call another speaker. Are you here? Okay, and I will continue. Now, I'll call the speaker. Are you here? I don't see you.
I'm audible. Am I audible?
Yes, I didn't see you. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would like
Please
to
continue, please.
I would like to call now to Mr. Milbert P. Lebo on from Philippines, who is Master of Science in Hospitality Management, cum laude, and Hospitality and Tourism Management Instructor, Northern Negros State College of Science and Technology. So the stage is on yours.
Hello, good evening from the Philippines. Mabuhay. Am I audible? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay, thank you so much. So let me just go ahead and share my screen.
You can share it.
Thank you. Can you see it now on the screen?
Yes, it's yes.
Thank you. Let me just go ahead and
Please make slideshow.
Yep, so I guess I'm all set. So, mabuhay from the Philippines. I don't know what time is in your place now, but in the Philippines it's almost 9 o'clock in the evening. So I'm given 5 minutes to discuss about my thoughts about sustainable city and community. So let's get started. My name is Melbert Pilibun. I'm from the Philippines, as I mentioned. So today, the World Bank Urban Disaster Risk Management and the Land Global Practice concept to sustainability cities and communities, comprising four essential dimensions. First, we have in terms of cleanliness and efficiency and sustainable communities, there is what we call environmental sustainable. So that is important. No? As I mentioned earlier, regarding with the sustainable cities and communities, it should be based on research. There should be a data. So this is the first thing that that comes in mind. Second, we have to resilient communities can be withstand with social and economic and natural disaster. For sure, resiliency. You have to make sure that you give so much courage. You build strong community in order to contribute to social and economic status of a certain country. So next we have the inclusive communities are sustainable. No, when we talk about inclusive communities, there should be connection within the community, within the people, in order for you to know to properly categorize the people in the market. You should include that so. And finally, we have to make sure that there is what we call sustainable communities are competitive communities that are able to remain productive and create jobs for their residents. So that is important. Competitive communities. You are not there. We are, as I always tell it to people, we are not here just for ourselves. We are here because we are living in a community, and it is our task to give such competitive ideas to properly, achieve the sustainable cities and communities. So on the next slide, I'll be showing you some of the practices that we are doing in our city as well with our schools. So we have this. We created a Museo Sambata Sa Negros. Actually, that museo, it's an interactive museo wherein you could, probably touch, see ocean ocean creatures, and also just one fact about it, the tour guides are the kids, so it's very interactive. No, even how old are you or how young are you, the person who mandates the practices is its kids. Next, we have what we call this um, Mulukabok Island. Actually, it's more on a local. I'm promoting local as we are talking about sustainable cities and communities. So next we have white beaches, and this is on this part. Actually, As you can see on the screen, that is one of the somehow I could consider an innovative practice of a community of our city because they created a restaurant or a restaurant out of a mangrove beaches. And then what happened? They support local. So as mentioned earlier, it is our obligation to help our community. Next, we have this. This is what I'm talking about. You have to walk over the over that that footwalk or that bread or that cross in order for you to go to some certain island. And on the next picture, you will be seeing the practices that the local are doing. They are they're opening the container if there is a rain. No, that's why we have to practice that as well. I don't know if you would love to practice that, but here in our city, in our country, we do practice that. Next, we have this. This is what I'm talking about. At the end of the day, we have to go back and give back to the environment. And as you can see on the screen, there is a mangrove plants. That is one of the thing that we are doing now. And also we have what we call pintabalay. Actually, we're about pintabalay. We're on the we as as concerned citizen, we want to see colorful pictures, colorful colors. So we would love to do some paintings on your outside of your houses or inside of your houses. So those are the practices that we are doing. And next is this is what I really love about though. Engage the whole community with a common purpose to build an innovative and sustainable enterprise, as Miguel Reynolds Brandas quoted. So we have to be engaged. We have to make sure that we are here not because there is a purpose, but we are here because the purpose is something to innovate. So I think that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much on your wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
It's honor to us that you came to be with us, and I see really this for the first time, and I'm really surprised what you are doing in your country. It's really amazing, and
Thank you so
maybe
much.
maybe sometime we will the next time we would like to hear much about that topic because this is really, really interesting. And I'm happy that somebody at some parts of the world is doing like these things.
Thank you so much, Nada. I just want to, a quick information. Actually, when I was invited during, I mean, I received the email. I was like I was shaking because it was very, it's a dream. It's a wildest dream of mine. So to be part of this
Yeah.
amazing and academic professional. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yes,
I'm looking
yes,
forward.
we wish to you to achieve all of your dreams, and we want to see you very soon again.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Melbart Lee Libon.
So I would like to call our next speaker, who is Ms. Tamar Korzadze from Georgia, who is an art teacher and very actively involved in voluntary work. Ms. Georgia, the stage is all yours.
Good day, everyone from Georgia. Thank you so much, Ms. Nada, permitting me to participate as a speaker to this global project. I'm an art history teacher at present at School Gymnasium, Iiu-Isdgc, Georgia. As well, I'm a philologist of Western European language and literature. Regarding today's topic, sustainable city or eco-city is a city designed with the consideration for social, economic, and environmental impact. Why are the sustainable cities so important? As you know, technological development and urbanization cause the big ecological problems which require complex solutions and usage of relevant technologies to ease impact of the human activities of nature. Today, 55% of the world is estimated to be living in urban. More than half of the world's population now lives in cities. It will even double by 2050. As we know, big cities can be characterized by inadequate urban infrastructure. Chaotic constructions often is a cause of irresponsible attitude towards the ecosystem and cultural heritages and lack of basic services such as water supply and waste management. But one of the most evident examples of global environmental problems is climate change. A sustainable city should promote economic growth and meet the basic needs of its inhabitants while creating sustainable living conditions for all. Already, after the publication of the report of the United Nations World Commission on Environment and Development, the term sustainable development became widely recognized. Sustainable development means creating a model of cities that will meet the living needs of the current generation in a way that does not ignore the needs of future generations. Sustainability in urban development also means method which your main starting point is human, equal rights for every citizen, safe and comfortable environment, and ensuring access to employment. Only if all these conditions are met, then it is possible for a conception of a smart city to exist when all citizens have the opportunity to use all municipal resources and can participate in a city planning and making important decisions. And a big part of sustainability is building a strong community. In a such city, there's lots of walking tracks and bicycle tracks everywhere and electric transports only. Still in the early 20s,
Even now, our committee members, we are kind of meeting and running over where you have others.
I will please mute yourself.
Still in the early 20th century, the pioneer who designed eco-friendly house was Frank Lloyd Wright. Green architecture goes beyond planting green plants on walls and roofs. It also involves other sustainable aspects such as renewable power sources like wind and solar energy, efficient ventilation systems for cooling and heating, energy ventilation, energy efficient appliance and lighting, reducing harm to nature habitats, recycled architectural salvage, responsible wood harvesting, maximizing natural sheltering. Sustainable city conception also includes minimizing required inputs of energy, water, and food, and drastically reducing waste. Output of heat, air pollution, CO2, methane, and water pollution, and creating a green and naturally ecologically healthy environment. All of this is to be accomplished by efficiently using the land in ways such as composting using materials, recycled and or converting waste to energy. The idea is that these contributions will lead to a decrease of the city's impact on climate change. It also includes raising the qualification and professionalism of the population and educate children in schools by involving them in global projects, promoting creativity and innovation, accessibility, overall social achievement, and benefits and safety. Of course, my country is also involved in the Sustainable City project. For example, sustainable urban transport is being moderned in Batumi, equipped with stones, parks, and wide trails in some cities. But I would like more participation, of course. And in conclusion, the sustainable city conception idea is that these contributions will lead to a decrease of the city's impact on climate change. A sustainable city is one of the creative and enduring way of life across ecology, economics, and culture. To make more cities sustainable is a generous one which will enrich the lives of citizens and save our environment and world. Thanks again. It's a big pleasure to be being here with you and attending this session. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Tamar. We are happy to have you, that you present your ideas and you came from Georgia here. Thank you so much, and waiting to hear you again. Now we have our next speaker, Ambassador Dr. Kalpana Satya from India. I would like this woman is a great woman, big entrepreneur, working for women's empower, many awards and many achievements. So, Doctor, I would like you to tell us a few words about yourself, please. Dr. Kalpana, and I see you here.
Yeah. Namaste from India. I'm very pleasure to be here with you all. Today's topic is Sustainable Development Goals, especially 11. Sustainable development, it is a continuous development without damaging any type of social economic activities in any countries, which is called sustainable development. This goal is about making cities and human settlement inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. It is one of the 17 SDG in the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. In 2015, the United Nations adopted the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, a plan to promote peace and sustainable development growth worldwide. One of the goals within the plan is SDG 11, which addresses urban development, especially for the city development and community development. There are many affecting factors on city and community development, like education, health, transportations, women empowerment, government policies, economic infrastructure, and many more. The goal says that cities should be ensure access to safe and affordable housing, public transportations, and public green spaces. It stated that cities should be resilient to natural disasters and protect those in vulnerable situations while also minimizing economic loss too. One sustainability target that is often overlooked is the social sustainability and civic engagement. This includes actions individual can take. The one has a responsibility to give some contributions for the nations and sustainable development as a part of the community development. This includes actions can take like voting for the measures that increase sustainability in their own city, or for the politicians who support these measures. People can also attend the city's public forum to give a feedback on sustainability initiatives. Taken as a whole, SDG 11 is a comprehensive and complex goal, creating sustainable cities that can withstand both climate change and underrepresented growth. The Agenda for Sustainable Development and the goals contained within it are important because actions are facing new challenges as the different areas in cities and especially for the communities too. Globally, urban areas are expanding as a faster rate than their populations between 2000 to 2014. And we see very clearly the rural people, they are migrating to the urban area. So populations are going to be increase and increase. City having lots of challenges about their community development. While talking about this community development, we must focus on human development too. because there are basic two indicators. One is education and one is health scenario, which always helpful to increase a human development. Other is environmental concern, are highlighted in areas of urban growth as well. Air quality is a worse in urban areas, which we've seen since 10 years. And cities accounts for 7% of greenhouse gas emission. Cities are also extremely vulnerable to the impact of climate changes, as a high number of urban areas lie along coastlines, which are prone to climate change related natural disasters. And since 10 years, we are watching simultaneously lots of disasters, we have been seeing in a routine way. Many cities have already implemented sustainability efforts to meet SDG 11. Cities such as London in England and New York City and many more have passed the legislation, especially for the congestions prices, reduce air pollutions. Congestions prices is used to discourage people from driving to changing drive in a higher tolls if they travel during a rush hour or in a certain high traffic areas. Though SDG 11 is primarily focused on government actions, government must focus or government must make some very, that important, significant policy regarding SDG 11, which focuses on city and community development. People can make a small steps, their own neighborhoods to support sustainable cities on a worldwide level. This is not only the government responsibility, no any administrative policy, but the person has to be very sure about the responsibility and contributions to the nations. Once again, I'm very thankful to Noda ma'am, who given me this opportunity to speak about SDG 11, and I'm very pleased, to be here with you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ambassador Professor Dr. Kalpana Satya. I said before you start your speech to tell few words about yourself. I must tell something about you. Our Dr. Kalpana Satya is a president of India Council of Empowered Ladies International, CLL. Iiu is working on empowering lady entrepreneurship that we will hear from our co-founder at the end. Also, Dr. Kalpana Satya has many awards, many achievements, really a global award. Thank you very much for coming today here and for accepting the invitation.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Dr. Kalpana was our last speaker. In the meantime, we didn't have two, and maybe they join us. Maybe they have some problems with network. I would also want to mention one thing. It's a word about teacher. We all know that a great teacher always make a great nation. Also, a great teacher must be awarded for his work, because if he is not recognized, awarded, maybe he will not be a better and better. So, what I want to mention, other than this, I would like to share one more thing with all of you here. Dr. Saripalli Radhakrishnan National Teacher Award 2021, Swarna Bharat Parivar is organizing a ceremony of honor for teachers, principals, and persons associated with educational institutions, literature, social concerns at the national level, proposed as a virtual summit in New Delhi on September 5 and 6 on National Teachers' Day. So, you see that also in every field and every point, every segment, IIU is there. Eminent educations, lecturers, social personalities of the country will participate in this function. If any of you are eligible teachers, principals, educational institutes, social workers, literatures for the above awards I mentioned in the eyes or in great person, then please do send the following information and we will be sharing the information for the registration on chat box. So we are here coming the end, maybe something very important also for us here, for scientists, because we talk about our golden book, we mention accreditations. So maybe we must show something that will unite the whole 4 points. So please, technical support, can we get a short video about the convocation, the next convocation in what will be in now? Can we get a video about convocation? Okay. Okay, we can watch that little later. Please, my co-moderator, stage is yours. Do you hear me?
Yes, 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 Nada. It's time to. I feel if anyone is there who could not speak or could not join on time, we can hear you. If anyone is left, so you can raise hand.
Hello.
Please?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Please.
It's a pleasure meeting every one of us here. It's a great opportunity. This topic is so nice, very interesting, that everyone's contribution is highly appreciated. And I want to speak 1 or 2 ways. Although yesterday I wanted to say something, the connectivity network was giving issues. But today I want to still talk on sustainable city and communities. It is all about human development. Human development, me and you. Planning and resources management to stand the test of time, irrespective of the risk, irrespective of any risk or intruders in our economy, society, and environment. The resources should be well planned at a reasonable and reduced cost offered to humanity. And it must to offer opportunity for all and should be able to stand the test of time. The concept of sustainable development is that the development should be able to meet the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs. We should need this sustainable city in order to examine the city, eco-city, holistically. It makes sure aspects of the city are working in a tandem for the people and the environment. There are 3 P's of sustainability. What are the 3 P's? We have here people, we have here planet, and we have here profits. What are the essential elements of sustainability city, which include access to public resources, urban renewal actions, reduction of CO2 emission, favoring ethical and consumption, and reduce, reuse, and recycle. There are three sustainability principles which you must know. The 3 pillars I call economy, society, and environment. Sustainable city should be able to do what? Retain the supply of natural resources while achieving the economic, the physical, and the social progress. And it should remain safe against environmental risks that could undermine development. What is the ideal sustainable city? It's one that creates an enduring way of life across the 4 domains, which is ecology, economics, politics, and culture, and should use 60.80%, 60 to 80% energy for consumption, at least 70% for carbon emission. What are the 4 components of sustainable tourism? As I already said, the environmental, the social, the economic, the culture, context. Areas of sustainability includes the food, the energy, the water, the waste ecology, and the companies. Can the SDG 11 achieve its purpose? Yes, it can achieve the purpose by identifying, agreeing the most sustainable way to achieve the target. We agreed, quite a matter of compromise. What activities should be ceased and which one should be accelerated? Building appropriate capacity and skill across these stakeholders group to deliver. Everything must be a compromise. Before anything can be actualized, it requires agreement. If there is no agreement, it will not work. So the UN wants us to agree. We all agree and have the same focus. By the time we have the focus, we should be able to go the same way and reason the same way to actualize it. Without that, it is not possible. But we will make possible by us. There are certain things we must do as far as we want this to work. What are those things? We also have a responsibility. What are those things? We need to support charity and donate. We need to support a profit for safe housing, and we need to volunteer. We need to shop. We need to eat and drink locally. You don't need to look for foreign things. Locally, what you have, you don't need to spend much so as to be able to sustain, so as to have all this. By the time you start doing things abnormal, it causes wastage. You need to come down, make things to be systematic, orderly, according to your capacity, so as to meet the test of time. You need to take advantage to elect leaders in your local community. You elect people, it's your own right. Not when you are being asked to go for election, you will not go. And you want us to have a sustainable, it's not possible. We must be able, we should know our right. That is why this education is very valid. We are giving us for us to know what we should know, so that nobody will come and dance on us or cheat on us. We have our own physical rights. We have our right to do. If we don't do it, who will do it? Then by putting leaders that are not capable of doing what, you find out they will be ruling us and we'll be having problems and we will call ourselves, that means we are not cooperating. We need
Nada, I think we've lost
Yes, yes, yeah. I also think that we lost Professor Charles, but today he.
At least we got to hear him.
Yes, today we understand him, and he said a lot, and he speaks very slowly. Professor
No.
Charles, bravo.
Wonderful, wonderful. Let's put an emoji so he can see us if he can't hear us.
Yes, he can hear us.
Probably can hear us, yeah.
No, he lost. Tomorrow he will speak again. Tomorrow he will finish all his speech, I hope so. Okay, so it's time to conclude this wonderful conference. And indeed, we have witnessed some new ideas, techniques, ventures about our 11th SDG today. And finally, we are inviting a great person, our co-founder from United Kingdom, Dr. Satnam Delkar, to take the stage with the vote of thanks. Dr. Satnam, it's our pleasure to have you here with us.
Thank you, Nada. Thank you again for putting this entire series up. So, the SDGs, they're indeed very important for our future generation, for our environment. Throughout our sessions, we've witnessed, God knows, overwhelming attendance, presence and attention from all across the globe. So I truly hope that this international summit, where we've involved more than 200 countries and God knows, thousands of expert speakers, which is one of its kind. I'm very privileged to say that. I mean, understanding all the effort that has gone behind the scenes. And the initiative, I speak about it, the initiative that I has taken to promote and educate the world on sustainable development goal, and it's increased the outreach throughout and the effective implementation. That is incredible. So it's hats off to the team members, to everyone who's contributed, each and everyone who's contributed. So it's great to hear all the views, all the ideas from the eminent speakers, from our experts, from our co-founders, from the team members, from the advisory board. And honestly, it's been a festival, I can say that. And today, dear guest, on behalf of our trustee, Roshni Malji, our associate co-founders, Dr. Iiu-Isdgc Pandit, Mona Anglia, Mr. Stephen, our president, International Advisory Council, Pratibha Mishra ji, administrative team and country head directors, Dr. Nada, Professor Charles, Dr. Prachi Kaur, head of Iiu-Isdgc International, Kalani Rao, our incredible IT team, and each and everyone working behind the scene. We truly appreciate your support and value the insights and your presence. We hope you're enjoying our sessions, and we look forward to seeing you in our next sessions as well. So thank you so much for your time, your cooperation, your involvement, your presence. Everything means a lot. So we say, every little helps. In England, we have this small slogan that Tesco, that the very famous superstore use, every little helps. But actually it does make sense, because yes, every little tiny bit effort that we're putting together to conserve our planet, it does help. Saying that, I am Satnam Deochakar, like Nada introduced me. I'm from UK. At the moment, I'm in UAE, trying to set up another base. I'm called Deochakar because my father got this name in the remote part of India. Deochakar means servant of Lord. So I actually got a deed poll and changed my name, my physical name, to Satnam Deochakar. That's how I got this unique surname, because it's very confusing to understand where it comes from. But that's what I did, because I wanted my name to have a significance, because the family was devoted towards humanitarian work. And as soon as we came across IIU and we understood the vision missions of Mr. Iiu-Isdgc Pandit, and we understood that he's trying to do a very noble work by, making education available throughout the globe, accessible at a very nominal price. And he's trying to bring out such good measures to bring virtual education. Think about how difficult it is to be in normal circumstances, and people have to travel to countries to get good education. You know, I mean, all the cost, all the implication, the visas, it was such a big burden on everyone. Now, if we're trying to make that same quality education available to you, just sitting at your home, doing what you're doing, that is something that is incredible about this platform, that I then, my father and myself from their companies thought we need to work with them. We need to work on this education whole criteria with IIU. So we joined hands from UAE, from UK, and we said, we're going to work with you on this mission and just put whatever we have on the platform and take it together and take it wherever it needs to get to. So that is how we joined IIU. And this is just what I'm saying is everyone who's coming every day, listening to our programs, watching it, seeing it, they witness it, that this platform is not for an individual. It's for everyone who joins in, for everyone to come and grow, to make it better for all of us. So thank you, everyone. I'm very I'm very appreciative of your time, that you gave us this time to listen to us. So thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, Nada. Thank you again. Thank you, Ranjana. Beautiful moderating. Thank you, both of you. Thank you, Dr. Kadam. She's so kind. Even before the scene, she's tried to call me to make sure I was there. So look at the coordinating. What I'm saying is everyone, no matter if we take their name or not, if the dots are not put together, you'd never see this picture, this beautiful picture that you see. It's only possible when everyone in their own part is putting their effort together. So everything helps. Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Back to you, Nada.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Satnam. And the vote of thanks. Before we finished, I would like to make a few photos. So please, everybody, turn your camera.
And a big smile.
Yes, a big smile, please. And please, Dr. Gumadi, Dr. Shirley, Amujuri, no picture, Amujuri. Amujuri, no picture.
There we have our
it's
excellency.
more better. It's more better.
Yes, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
No,
Fine.
no background, live picture. This part don't have only pictures.
Nana, just check out our Excellency Queen Elizabeth Lucas from UK. She's so dedicated. Look at her headphones. There she is.
Okay.
Love you.
So many people are not visible here. We don't see them. Our first Dubrovnik and other we see. Yes, okay. So we hope you all enjoyed and at the same time learned a lot from this conference. Please mute yourself. So we learned, I think that all of us learned a lot today from our eminent and from our great speakers, our great global SDG global leaders. So we will come back soon, like Dr. Satnam said, tomorrow at the same time at PM, SDG, Sustainable Development Goal number 12, and we will continue with inspiring and educating with new ideas and with the conference goal. So till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and build sustainable future. Thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Nada. Thank you, Ranjana.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you,
Nada.
Pratibha.
Thank you very
Bye.
much, IIU,
Thank you,
for
everyone.
providing wonderful